Monica, and I am here today to show you my favorite matzah creation, which is Matzchos. So my friends and I love to make matzah nachos. My roommate and I, it was a staple in college for our matzah go-to home meal of choice. And you can do this a couple of different ways. I personally prefer, and this goes for matzah pizza too, to melt my macho cheese in the toaster oven. So I have that preheating right now to make sure that it's nice and warm and the cheese gets melty fast. And that's also why I have my matzah in a little tinfoil contraption here. But if you don't have access to a toaster oven or you prefer to use the microwave, you can always go ahead and do that on a microwave safe plate. So the first thing you're going to do with your matzah in your baking dish of choice is to press down on it lightly. I've already washed my hands to crack it, but don't separate it. This is key for me. So I'm just gonna make some little cracks in the matzah into some rough chip-sized pieces, but not pull them totally apart. And this is my big secret for getting the ultimate cheese pull on your macho pieces here. So once you've got it cracked the way you like and loosely reassembled, you can see my matzah looks cracked but in the same shape. I'm going to take some cheese. I have a shredded 3-cheese blend here, but whatever cheese you prefer your nachos to be, go for it. This is your adventure. And I'm going to generously cover all the way to the edges of all of my matzah. And try not to get it onto the tinfoil as much as possible or onto your plate because you don't want to have to deal with cleaning up that baked on cheesy mess. I'm a big cheese gal. And once you've got that nice and covered like so, you're going to go ahead and take any spices, seasoning, flavors that you like. So I like to use some chili lime seasoning and just sprinkle that right onto your pre-melty cheese. This is going to make sure that you get a pack of flavor in every single bite. And the last thing you're going to do before you go ahead and stick it into the microwave or toaster oven is put on any toppings that you want to get any kind of cook on. So I'm going to top mine with some shaved Brussels instead of regular old lettuce. And for me, I like the Brussels to have a little bit of cook on them. I don't like them to be totally raw. So I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle shaved Brussels sprouts all over my little macho delight. But if you prefer to use a different lettuce, maybe like a romaine or iceberg, I would not necessarily recommend putting those in any kind of heat because those can get all wilty, but Brussels sprouts can kind of stick up to it. So I have all of my ingredients on my matzah that I want to be exposed to the heat, and I'm going to go ahead and stick them into my toaster oven and wait until I see the cheese get nice and melty and ooey gooey. Same thing with the microwave. If you're doing it in a microwave, I would suggest going at 30-second increments and checking in between. Shredded cheese especially can get kind of like cooked and bubbly and weird in the microwave. So just make sure to keep an eye on that. And once you see that it's your level of melty deliciousness, go ahead and pull it out and we'll start in on the next step. Great, so once your cheese is all melty to the consistency that you prefer, you can bring it on out of the microwave or the toaster oven and get ready for your final toppings. Here I have some chopped up tomatoes and some orange and red bell peppers that I'm gonna go ahead and just load up on my nachos. Really get them all over the place. I really like my nachos to have a lot of veggies so it feels a little bit more like a meal instead of a snack. Get them all nice and spread out. And then I'm gonna finish with my favorite salsa. You could also use, depending on how you observe Passover, you can use maybe some soy chorizo toppings if you choose to eat kidney oat during Passover, or if you choose to eat meat. and you're okay with mixing meat and dairy, you can feel free to put some meat product, maybe some ground beef or something on your Matzchos. Whatever makes you happy and makes you feel full. So that is going to be the finishing touch. I like mine with a little extra kick. So I'm going to dust it with just a little bit more chili lime. And then you're ready to enjoy. The thing I like best about making sure that you crack it and leave it in place before you start the cheese melting process is you get a really good cheese pull usually. So I'm going to see if I can, not quite pull it. I think the produce kind of chilled it down. But right out of the microwave or right out of the toaster oven, you get that nice cool pull and you get cheese on every single bite. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you have a matzah hack of your own or want to try this out, make sure to tag Vandy Hillel. And until then, happy Passover.